Today, we are boldly going where the automotive refinish industry is getting dragged kicking and screaming into the world of waterborne technology. But don't worry, this stuff is actually easier to shoot than most solvent-borne paints. But there's a few changes you need to keep up with. For instance, there's waterborne reducers, there's special waterborne cleaners, and everything's packed in plastic, quite obviously so it won't rust. We were also able to cross over our vintage colors into the new waterborne base coat, so we're keeping the classic two-tone on our '66 Chevy pickup. First color we're going to spray today is white, but follow me because today we are quite literally going green. Unlike 007's Martini, the colors are stirred, not shaken, and then poured into a mixing cup with ratios on the side. We're only adding 20% thinner, unlike solvent base coat, which usually gets equal parts. Then they're blended together and strained into a cup. This base coat must be strained to skim the bubbles off the top, so stick to the fundamentals. Coverage is excellent using an LPH 80 minigun from Iwata. But one of the things with water is that it must dry properly, so we put the dryers on between coats. These dryers are specifically for waterborne base, and like a carburetor, use a Venturi to amplify the air volume and dry the base coat. Using medium wet coats, just like solvent base, the off-white color took 3 coats for a full coverage. Dry time was only about 5 minutes between coats. Okay, the first color's painted, and obviously I didn't mask it. The reason I didn't mask it is because I don't want a huge buildup on my color division. So I painted past my color break. I'm gonna mask it, cover it all up, and then pull it off to clear coat. Remember to gently blend the base coat. We're using Iwata mixing cups that have ratios on the side and are disposable, which cuts down on cleanup time and supply costs. When you're finished mixing into the cup, turn the lever to the spray mode, you're ready to spray. Don't ever expect full coverage out of your first coat of base, whether it's water or solvent. All you're after is an even medium wet coat. My gun speed is pretty fast, and the distance is 3 to 4 inches from the panel. This is so I don't get the color too wet. By the way, I've sanded with 600 grit, which is finer than usual, since waterborne base will show sanding scratches easier. The LPH 400 I'm using is a waterborne-compatible spray gun. Make sure yours is too. Waterborne corrodes some metals and can ruin a non-compatible gun. After 3 coats of the green, which lay down smooth and even, the tape comes off the first color, revealing our classic two-tone color scheme. I'm using a different LPH 400 LV gun for the solvent-borne clear coat, since you can't intermix the 2 types of paint. The clear requires 2 wet coats, and if you think it looks good now, wait till you see it out of the paint booth.